Hello everybody to CRF4 round 7, I believe. It seems like it's only been 2 or 3 races gone by, but we are already past the halfway point of the season. And we're here at Austin, Texas, a couple of minutes into the session. We've got Apex Capes right now leading the way with Wheezeboy in P2 and P3 being Josh, who's the championship leader right now. We have Turbo and Apex, the two AlphaTauri men, very close at the moment in the championship, only split by about 2 points, I believe. So it's going to be very interesting to see. And obviously we also have Jack coming through. He's had a pretty difficult time here in the tier, but definitely can bring it back if he has some good results. Thank you for the follow, whoever that was also. Really do appreciate it, and yeah, I hope this will be a good race for you to enjoy. I think we do have Wheezeboy right now on a lap, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, he's off the gas, so he is not going to be on a lap. So let's go. Let's get all the stuff up so we can see who's going to be going on lap. So I think Turbo will be our first one on a lap. Let's see how we do. I'm also going to just turn my noise audio down, just so we can all hear everything that's going on, in case I'm a bit too loud. Anyway, Turbo through the first couple of corners, through that S section at the start, very technical. You can gain a lot of time through there, and that's the big gainer of the lap, and also through the third sector. If you get the line right and get your braking finish right, you really can gain a lot of lap time here. That looks pretty nice. Not cutting the corner too badly, but still looking pretty solid. 4/10 on his lap right now. This could be for pole if he just gets the final sector sorted out. Swinging the car through here, and now onto the double right-hander. Keeping it as tight to the line as he can. Now the quick left-hander. This is really easy to invalidate, but he's kept it in track limits. Coming over down to the final corner, is going to want to slightly keep that inside curb. Does miss it slightly. Is this going to be enough for pole? And it is pole. 33.3 from Turbo Stinks there. Let's now go on board with, who have we got coming around the final couple of corners? We've got Halan. Yes, Halan, who is going to be on his lap here. He's actually invalidated, so his lap is not going to stand. Jack has done his lap. I swear we have another. Right, I'm going to let you go on board with them. I'm pretty sure. So Jack and Pias got qualifying bans. Oh yeah, Smithy's got his qualifying ban as well. That's Halan out of the session. Not sure where that was. And Apex is also backing up on his lap, so not enough gain for him at the beginning of his lap. Let's now go on board with Big Van Balski. I'm pretty sure, yeah, he's coming towards the end of his lap. P14 right now will want to gain on his lap time, maybe put himself in the top 10 if he can, but we know this is a very, very, very strong grid here in Tier 4. And these guys are no slouches, we can see from that provisional 33.3, and I very much think we will be in the 32s coming towards the end of this session. Is Big Van Balski going to want to keep this valid now towards the end of the lap? Looks pretty conservative at the moment, but is this going to be an improvement from that 138? I really do think so. Up to the line now. What's that going to be? It's going to be a 4. It is going to be a 2-second improvement, not enough to move him from P14 at the current moment. Sighted has invalidated, so his lap is in the bin. Turbo will not be going on. Sorry, Apex will be going on for the lap. So Apex is going to go for the lap. Let's go on board with who have we got? Adrian towards the end. Oh, okay, let's go on board with Crumpets. Let's go on board with Crumpets. This is his debut in the CRF4 tier, so I do wish him luck, and I'm sure he will put on a great performance here. He's in P10 right now, right in the middle of the pack. Coming through the final couple of corners. He's not keeping it as tight as most drivers have been, which may have lost him a little bit of time as he comes through the second to last corner. That is really pushing the limits there. And coming to the final corner now, he's going to want to dip on the curb. As he's done those last 2 corners perfectly. What's this going to be up to the line? That's going to be a P5. Brilliant lap by Crumpets, putting his Aston Martin up into P5. We've got Cameron Bush, who goes P2 on his debut as also. So Cameron Bush with a 33.3 from the ACC tier, from the ACC Silver team, has come and given F1 a little shot, and he's put himself up in P2 in that Red Bull. It's a 1, 2, 3 for all Red Bull cars, Red Bull or AlphaTauri cars with a Honda engine. Let's go now on board with Capex Capes. He's coming into the final sector now. What is he going to be able to do? Is he going to be able to displace anyone? No, he's lost his rear. Too many laps on them tyres, and he's now going to have one shot at it, coming on to the final couple of laps. Let's go on board with Supra. It doesn't look like he is going to be boxing into the pit lane. We do have, and who do we have at the end of our lap? That is the real question. Doesn't look like really anyone right now. Those people. Oh no, yes we have. We've got Mr. Referral Link who's going to be on our lap. So he's the last guy who will be setting a lap who's not actually set a current time, as the bottom 3, Piast, Smithy and Jack, all serving their qualifying bans in this race. And that is Mr. Referral Link not going to actually get his lap as he's invalidated it. And that is going to be unfortunate for him. So we'll have to go again, and he'll have to get back to the garage in time for his final lap. Cameron Bush, though, unbelievable stuff from him, putting himself in P2 right now, and really got a good shot at maybe getting his debut pole in the CRF, and that'll be really nice to see a new driver taking that top spot in qualifying. Maybe he could get one in the race, you never know. Let's go on board with the McLaren of Ales Kuma. Another debut in the McLaren. So we'll see how he does. P7 right now, so doing quite well with a 33.9, just snuck to those 33, which is a very good thing. Coming up to the line, what is he going to do? And that is going to be a P2, and that's another brilliant lap. So look how close that top 5 is, and this is what we've been seeing all season. The top 5 is just split by over a 10th. And I mean, around a track that's so technical, that really, really is unbelievable to see. And it's really good to see, but all those drivers fighting out for that top position weekly. But I think that will be the end of Ales Kuma's race, qualifying, as he will not be able to get around. So P2 is the maximum he can get, and I'm not sure it is necessarily going to be enough. Turbo Sphinx going on for another lap right now, so let's go on board with him. He's passed the McLaren, and is now going through, coming out of Sector 1, looking pretty nice with the purple Sector 1. Coming through that corner, going slightly wide, going to want to get on the throttle as fast as possible, and going to get on the. Oh no, he doesn't think he's got enough there, so he's going to wait. He's going to wait and go for a lap at the end. We've got no one else out right now doing their lap, so it will be basically following on board with Turbo for his final lap. There's 2 drivers on the grid in the same team. I mean, from what I'm seeing right now, you never know, mate. Got some guys in the top couple, and obviously Jack, you're there. So I think they're 2 quick guys, obviously, in that top 5. But there's I wouldn't say exactly the 2 quickest. There's a lot of drivers there that that really could be in it. But I mean, I think from what we've seen from the championship, it is hard to disagree with what you're saying, Jack. I think there is definitely a possibility that if we had people have more luck, they would be in with a chance of securing drivers or constructors. But I think AlphaTauri just got it their way in this tier. A little bit more than others, but obviously have shown that pace. Turbo Springs anyway coming through Sector 1. He's got the battery again, but he's obviously on these slightly worn tyres, so I'm not sure how much he's going to gain through here. Looks pretty clean through that Sector 1. Not sure if it was purple or not, but it looked very, very clean. Really swinging it out there, almost out of track limits. Ferrari's going to want to get out of the ways. Oh, I don't think he sees him, and that's the Ferrari. Oh dear, and that's Turbo's qualifying done, and that was Supra getting in the way of Turbo's lap, and that's not what you want to see. That is very much not what you want to see, and that is really, really going to be annoying for Turbo, as he will not be able to go for another lap now, as he was pushing to the limit there on that lap. But I'm sure that will get other stewards at the end of the race. Anyway, Weezboy, 3 sector 1, was pretty clean. We've got a lot of people on outlaps right now, so let's just take a quick look at who's on outlaps. Supra is going to be too late to the line. Cameron Bush is also going to be too late to the line. So we've got a lot of guys too late to the line. The Red Bull of Brown is up to the line. Mike's just going to get to the line. The McLaren, I don't think will make it to the line either. The Ferrari Mundt as well at last, so that's going to be it. So Supra, Polo, and Mr. Fearless all not getting their final laps in. So that's their qualifying done. Cameron Bush also not getting their lap done. So they're out of qualifying. So Cameron Bush, possible pole there is just not meant to be, as he's been stuck in traffic possibly, or just left the garage too late. But is Weezboy going to be able to put this on provisional pole with probably only one driver who I can see right now being able to challenge him of Apex Cape? So as Weezboy comes to the final couple of corners, coming up to the line, is this going to be pole position for the Alfa Romeo? No, it's not. It's going to be P4, and that's just missing out on P3 from Cameron Bush. Unbelievably close, that top 4. But is Apex Capes going to be able to put himself on pole? The race winner from last race. He goes wide. He goes slightly wider on the entry to open up the corner more, up to the line now, and that is going to be P2. And everyone is pin 33.3s. I've never seen that before. That's unbelievable. Crumbers into the line. What's he able to do? It's a P7 displacing Supra. We have Sighted, who's invalidated his lap, so he's not going to go any further with his lap. Mike's coming around the final couple of corners now as well, and a Red Bull of, I think, Brownish Bums coming to the final couple of corners. Almost couldn't pronounce that name because I'm terrible at reading, but as we come towards the final couple of corners, is this going to be anything up into the top 5 where it's been so close, and it's only top P9. Mike is also coming around to the final corner. Where's he going to be able to put himself? I think that was still P12, but oh my days, that is unbelievably close. The top 5 are split between 0.081 seconds. That is unreal. That is unreal. Absolutely unreal. Wow. Wow. Exactly what you want to see there. I mean, even in a tier 4 division, so I think sometimes in the lower divisions you can struggle a little bit with the pace differential, but I think up the top there just shows how close that top flight of positions is, and even further below, we've got the positions between Labrat Dan and about. I mean, even down here is so close still. So, really good job from everyone in qualifying there, and it just shows how tough it is to get up the grid, and you really do have to perfect your lap to put yourself in a good position for the race. But it is going to be raining in the race. I saw this rumour round in the Discord chat, and will be raining during the race. I'm not sure if it will be the whole race. I'm hoping for a little bit of mixed weather. Throws something out there. Damn it, I bottled sector 3. Yeah, I mean, you took quite. I know that last corner you can take it quite wide on the Astro, but I feel like you lose downforce coming through that, or lose a bit of braking with the final corner. So I usually take it on the curb, so that might have lost you a bit of time. I'm not sure. I had 2 more laps of fuel than what I needed. That's unfortunate, man. That's unfortunate, Cameron. I mean, you're still putting yourself in a brilliant position. So yeah. Anyway, 5 red lights. We're already going. And it's lights out, and away we go. The 2 Avataris, both on pole, getting a good start. This is going to be down into turn 1. Everyone is also technically getting slow starts in the background. The Red Bull's going to try and go down the inside into turn 1. Red Bull going for T1. And he's not made it. And that's Aston Martin going straight on into turn 1. I don't know what I've just seen. Turbo Sphinx keeps it, though, ahead of Apex Case. Weezboy going for P2 straight away. What is the Alfa Romeo going to get past? Yes, he is. Weezboy from P5 up to P2. Apex Case dropping back into P3, and Cameron Bush in P4. Super in P5, bringing himself up a couple of positions. And down in P6 we have Alex Kuma. We also had Alan go absolutely straight on into turn 1. I'm not sure what happened there, but Not good for the Aston Martin guys down in P17 and P20 now. Let's have a quick look at the tyre situation. So everyone will be on intermediates for now and looking at the position changes. So yes, some guys in the midfield doing a great job, and Jack already up to P8, so that's brilliant for him. And he's just been tagged on the rear by a Red Bull, Browns as buns. I'm probably just going to call that guy Brown, honestly. Actually, that might be a bit. Actually, I probably shouldn't do that. just made CRF cancel. Anyway, down into the heavy braking zone, and that is going to be Jack trying to make a move around the outside, gets pushed off track in the process. He's trying to try and hold that position where he is, and it does look like he is. Is he going to go for a dive bomb and then to this corner? No, taking it easy, going around the outside. But there is also a little battle through the double right-hander, and that's Apex going for a move on Supra, or possibly defending. I'm not sure exactly, but Apex has definitely lost positions through there. Supra is up into P4, so Supra has made that move stick, and Apex is going to dash back down the inside into turn 5, and that is a safety car. That is a safety car. Mr. Fear Elite's having an incident, and that will stop anyone from making any more ground. There is going to be pit stops though. Jack bolting into the pits has obviously been damaged with him trying to get through the field. We've got Crumpets with damage also, and then we've also got Halan coming into the pits. Very late call from him. Not sure if that was illegal or not, but we'll say it was legal for now. But anyway, Weezboy is now in P1. I didn't even see that. So Weezboy's made himself from P5 into P1. Unbelievable start from the Alfa Romeo man. Someone who's been definitely up there in both tier 3 and tier 4, but I feel like he's got unlucky at times, but he's definitely up there this weekend as he's in P1 right now with obviously Turbo and Apex, those two guys, the AlphaTauri people, dropping from that 1-2 lockout all the way to second and fourth, so that is not going to be good news for them. Although, thinking about it, Jack obviously has that 5-second penalty. I'm pretty sure it is anyway, or it might be it's a 3 second, so he might get that removed considering that it was first couple of laps and there might have been an off track, so I'd probably assume that wasn't a track limit warning. But yeah, Weezboy, we got Cameron Bush also in P3 right now. That's really good news for him. Obviously sitting in a great position to have a look at the leaders. I know he only jumped on the F1 game properly today, so being in P3 is a brilliant starting result for him. So yeah, he probably didn't expect it to actually rain as well. Anyway, I think, well, I don't know what's going on in the background there. That is very odd. I swear to God we just had people side by side, but maybe not. Maybe it was just a camera angle deceiving me. Let's have a look at tyres. I think, yeah, everyone is still into, so only a couple of guys at the back just taking that chance to change tyres. I'm not surprised. I think it was the bottom 15. No, sorry, bottom 5, 5 or 6 made the pit stop there. Strapped a set of new tyres on, and they're going to go again. Yeah, Jack down in P16. That is really going to be bad news for him, because I think if he doesn't showcase a really good performance today, it's basic curtains on his championship. To be real, got punted wide and got 3 seconds, and lucky Jack. I mean, to be honest, mate, you're in. I mean, you've only lost a couple of positions there anyway, so 2 or 3. So, and you've got a fresh pair of tyres, and the 3 second will likely be, it'll go. So, I don't think there's much. It's not going to be much of an issue. Van Basten coming into the pits late. Interesting to see that. So maybe is that damage maybe for him? Possibly. I thought he'd have stayed out, to be honest, but maybe going for a new strategy is the call for him right now. No, it isn't. He's obviously lost his wing on that lap, so he's going to take a new wing and drop to the back of the grid, and that means it's an Alfa Romeo sandwich for the entire grid. We'd love to see it. So yeah, Super to P5. 3 positions to gain, another really good start from them, and then we had Saito and Andy Rink climb a couple as well. Polo and Mike climbing some too, and Smithy up to 6. So Smithy right now, I'd say Smithy and Weezboy with the 2 best starts in terms of positions gained. I'm presuming though Smithy obviously has got quite a couple of positions there because of people coming into the pit. So I'd say generally Weezboy with a perfect start there, putting himself in P1. But now he is going to have to defend from the all-fearsome championship leader, Turbo Sphinx. I'm pretty sure. I think Apex Capes is the driver in second right now. but these two guys are going to be going hammer and tongs. I know they are teammates, and I know they are very friendly of teammates, but they will both want the glory in the Drivers' Championship. So, you know, we might see some on-track battling between those two guys. I know they've been so good with their teamwork in both tiers 4. In fact, there's Apex. No. So Apex drives with Turbo in this tier, but in tier 3 he drives. I think Turbo drives McLaren and Apex drives Red Bull. I think Red Bull have been pretty. I think Apex has been pretty unfortunate in terms of results in tier 3, but tier 4 he's doing much better, and this is going to be the championship for him to win, really, with Josh leading both of them right now. Seeming unstoppable, really, but yeah, we'll see. Anyway, safety car is in this lap, so everyone is going to bunch themselves up, and then Weezboy is going to be the one to go off the restart. So let's go on board with Turbo Sphinx, the one who's going to be reacting to Weezboy. Can't get on the paddle too early, though, as otherwise we need to let the safety car go in, otherwise you're going to get that throttle limit that does really affect things, and also we need to be careful on traction. But Weezboy is still waiting, and I think he has gone now. Turbo's got a reasonably good reaction time on Weezboy, but Cameron Bush with an even better reaction time, just over 3/10 now, under 3/10. Is he going to be able to look for that move into turn 1? It's going to be a risky move, but he might go for it into turn 1, where there is such a chance to do it at. He's looking for that gap. Josh has left the gap open very nicely. Knows there's nothing really to lose right now in terms of points. Doesn't need to risk it all on lap 4, but he's still held that position, so that's really good for him. He's now going to want to trace after Weezboy. We've got Cameron Bush still all over the back of Turbo, but with his Turbo's wingman right now, Apex Caves, is going to be looking for that move on the manufacturer, I think. No, sorry, the works car. I'm waffling. The works car of the Red Bull of Cameron Bush right now. Supra's hanging on to the back of that, but there's a little bit of a gap. Yeah, pretty clean start from what I've seen anyway, which is great to see. Jack going to be looking for a move also on these guys in the back, and I wanted to make that ground, make him way up. But here we go, Apex Capes is going to be looking for that move on Cameron Bush. Cameron Bush does not really need to fight it, but he is going to put it one down the inside. Very nice move. And that is going to be Apex Caves up into P3, and Cameron Bush is going to drop down into P4 for now. He's looking for the move down the inside, though. Cameron Bush has not had enough of it yet, and Apex is leaving that gap, that room around the outside he goes, but he's holding it to the inside now, and that should now be positioned. But is Cameron Bush going to look for a move down the inside again into the fast left-hander? He is going to look for it, but he's going to have to back off into the braking zone. Going to have to leave some space. But now Cameron Bush is going to be going back for it. He wants to keep this P3 no matter what happens, and this is really costing Apex Capes, but he's going to get the traction again. What a battle from these two guys, brilliantly clean. This is what you want to see in this tier. Cameron Bush going for another move down the inside. He's still looking for that move, but I don't think he has the traction on that one, and that is going to be a time penalty for Cameron Bush, unfortunately, and he's going to have to come back, hopefully, and not try and not get as many more penalties in the race. I know it's a very difficult track to invalidate the car, don't invalidate himself, but if he can hold on with that 3 seconds the rest of the race, I think he will be in a reasonably good position, because I see most people getting 3 seconds. There you go, sighted, lap 5, 3 second time penalty. Let's go back on board with Jack, though. Jack has still made one move on the Ferrari with Mr. Fear Elites. Nothing more, though, for now, but he is all over the rear of the McLaren here. He's been able to be so careful on throttle, but is he going to be looking at that move down into this corner, down the inside? He's opening for it, he's braking early, he's just letting him know he's there, and he's going to go for a move down into the next corner. The McLaren looks so slow through that section there. Jack's just so much more confident, and that is a spin for the Aston Martin, and that is another safety car, and that is resuming another wing lost. It is another wing lost for Halan, and he is now going to be able to come back towards the front of the grid. Yeah, not a great race from Halan at the moment. We're going to probably want to see a bit more from him. But that's going to be a safety car. Now, this is the question. Do intermediates last the rest of the Grand Prix? 5 laps in, is it worth boxing now? Honestly, I really don't know the deg on these tyres, so I couldn't say. But I mean, I think the front guys have to stay out. There is that. Oh my god, there's no way Weezboy goes in. Weezboy's staying. Oh, Turbo Sphinx going in. Turbo Sphinx going in. Wow, wow, wow. Turbo Sphinx boxing, sighted boxing. So there are some guys boxing. Andy Ring boxing. We got a drive-through penalty for Big Van Bowski. Jack's also coming into the pits to go to the end. I guarantee you, Jack's watching the stream, listening to the stream in his headphones right now. Basically, just giving him the best call of all time or the worst call of all time. But Weezboy, Apex Capes, Cameron Bush, from that top 5 in qualifying, all staying out. The 2 guys that have come in have been Josh, who's now in P13, and Jack in P16. Honestly, I understand that move, but also at the same time, from Turbo's side of it, he's now only 3 or 4 positions ahead of Jack, instead of it being a whole grid's worth. So even if he stayed at the front, I think Jack would have still lost about 10-15 seconds in the pack getting through, and that would have given him much fresher tyres towards the end if he had made a pit stop. So I think, personally, from that call, Turbo Sphinx has made the wrong decision there. So I also could see definitely a safety car coming in. Right, I do apologise for that small delay, but we have got some people coming into the pits. Cameron Bush coming in. I think pretty questionable decision there, coming in for them. Hards! What? No, 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 it's going to go dry. It's going to go dry. Is it drying? Is it raining? It's not raining. Oh my... No way. What have I just seen? Turbo Sphinx and Sighted have absolutely finessed this, by the way. And Jack has not gone on to hards, so that's basically him doing a 2-stop, I'm pretty sure. Or 3-stop now, because he's done pitted twice or 3 times. I don't know how many pit times he's pitted, but he's got mediums, which I'm very surprised about, because I reckon hards could get to the end here. This is mega news for Turbo and Sighted. Sighted is absolutely finessed this, by the way. Behind the one of the lead cars is 9P12, and he's now going to be able to look for a possible podium/win, and that's Hallan around again. What is going on? Hallan's retired from the session. Oh god. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, the safety car should be in this lap, and the rain is going. There's no, actually isn't any rain anymore, and honestly, tyres now maybe better to swing to those dries. I know it looks like a wet track, but you can drive on the slicks pretty early on, and this track is just going to be drying. So if the track dries at a reasonable rate, I can see the inters runners losing out. Maybe not the first lap, but after that, those inters will be looking very, very worn, very, very hot, and will not have any grip on them. So this is going to be really interesting to see. But let's now go back onto that lead battle. Technically, right now, the lead battle is between Apex Capes and Weezboy, but we are going to want to view, obviously, all the dry runners, see if they are going to be going through, making their way through the field. I'm very sure Weezboy is going to be really pushing this pushing for this safety car restart, try and get going on the inters as early as he can. As he comes through the final couple of corners, he's going to want to literally bolt as soon as he possibly can, and he's bolted very early on, but he's got throttle limiter, and there he goes. That wasn't slowing down on purpose, that was just the stupid throttle limiter on this game. I mean, how many times has Jan not complained about it? Countless times. But anyway, let's quickly. Oh, hang on. We've got Mr. Referral Link going for a move on Smithy down into turn 1. Is that move going to be stuck from him? Looks like it, and that is going to be him up into P8. But let's go on board with the 2 hard runners. What are we seeing here? Are we going to see these guys really struggle? It does look like they're struggling to start with. But you know what? Lap 1 and lap 2, if they're only losing, 2 seconds per lap, they're going to be miles ahead after this safety car. So is this going to be the correct call from them guys? Apex Cape's still following on board, following Weavesboy at the moment in P2 really closely, and that is the Red Bull getting past the LP, the Williams of Mike, but Mike is looking for that switchback, going to try and go back down the inside, but no, not looking for that right now. Is going to drop back into the slipstream, and is going to look for a move down to the heavy braking zone after the main straight. Here he goes, and is he going to look for it? He's trying to make that move stick, but nothing to be, nothing really there. And that is Smithy looking for a move on Crumpets. Brilliant. Smithy doing a really good job right now, but is he going to lose all these, obviously all these positions because the hard runners are going to be looking quicker. Slated has obviously dropped back on Big Van Balsik right now, and Turbo is also dropping back on them hards, and that's the Aston Martin of Crumpets going wide, and we're going to go on board now, and the McLaren is all over the back of Supra. Supra doing a brilliant job right now in P3. He's really been unlucky this season with results, but is he going to be able to do something? This McLaren does look very laggy. Ooh, dearie me. Wow, okay. This definitely something to look at. So that... Big Van Balsik gone past Turbo, but he's pitted. Big Van Balsik getting past Turbo and then pitting. This seems very, very odd. From Big Van Balsik, I think the Inters still look like the better tyre for now. And honest, oh, you know what? Oh no, it's a drive-through. I'm waffling. You know what? I think Turbo's at a spin, but I think the Inter runners may have done this, called this correctly. It does look like the dry tyres are not the play. 10 seconds behind already now, and they are just not heating up. There's no heat in them tyres, and they're not going up the grid at all. Adrian is sticking with these guys, which is nice to see, and he's actually still staying ahead of the hard runners of Andy Ring. But yeah, Inter tyres just look like they've got a lot more grip at the moment. Mr. Fear Elite's also getting past Mike, who's dropping slightly down the field. He's only 2 bothered though, P8 right now, and he may be able to keep his P out after his pit stop at the moment with this constant gain from the intermediate runners ahead. And he is now dropping himself back into P8, but he's definitely got something to fight there in that position. Jack, Cameron Bush having a little ding-dong right now. Adrian is getting swamped by these guys though. This is a really big battle for a couple of final places, and that is going to be Mike round. Unfortunately, Mike is now round, and that is Adrian being crashed out with Cameron Bush. Cameron Bush having an incident there with him, and he's got wing damage, so that is basically him out of the running at the moment, as he's going to suffer with such bad understeer, especially in the wet conditions. And will this need now to be a pit stop? It wouldn't surprise me if he's going to have to make that pit stop. But is there going to be a safety car? And that is Weavesboy around, and that is going to be a safety car. That is going to be a safety car. Wing damage. He's got back on in 4th. But oh my days. Oh, dearie, dearie, dearie me. Weavesboy round. And that is going to give everyone the free pit stop now to come onto dries. This is definitely going to be the time to pit for them dry tyres. Surprised that people have actually pitted this lap. They could have gone around for another lap and got obviously one lap younger tyres at the back. Sorry, one lap. No, stayed on the same lap in terms of tyre life, but because everyone else is going to stay with the safety car now. But yeah, Supra's just got a drive-through penalty. After everything I said, Supra's just got a drive-through penalty. Oh, that man's luck does not. The man's luck has been nowhere. and it's really unfortunate to see. Really, really unfortunate to see. Anyway, 18 laps remaining. So I'd say now hards are the best bet, but mediums from now may be able to make it to the end. So anyone, I mean, it's 18 laps. I mean, you probably can make the medium stretch that way. So anyone on mediums, right? Anyone on hards right now is probably gonna have to go mediums. But everyone else, I think hards are the best bet for those guys for the time being. Adrian has also pit onto us another set of inters. So, you know, Adrian may be going for that for that wacky strategy. Maybe the track's going to stay wet and he's going to come out in P1. You never know. Coming to the pits now, I'm presuming Apex, everyone's going to be diving in for a set of hard or medium tyres. And that is through 2 more drivers getting drive-throughs. That is Turbo and Sighted, both with drive-throughs. So what's going on there? That's 3 drivers, 3 of the top drivers with drive-throughs. Apex Cape's going to be coming into the pits. Weezboy also making a move on the McLaren. The McLaren's gone straight on. There's people not pitting. What is going on? What is going on? Apex keeps coming into the pits. What these tyres going to be? They look like, are they mediums? They are mediums. So we've got medium tyres on for them. For them, we've got Andy Labrat going to hards. We've got the McLaren and the Red Bull going round on those inter tyres, on 10-lap-old inter tyres. That is baffling to me unless the track stays wet. Supra, hard tyres, Labrat Dan, hard tyres, Mr. Fear Elites, and that is someone coming past everyone right now. I think that's Crumpets. No, Crumpets is on inters. Turbo Sphinx has gone round on his hard. He's in P9 right now. So, Supra, Labrat Dan, Mr. Elite Fear on the hards. We've got Smithy on mediums. Weezboy on mediums after making that pit stop from the lead. We've got Turbo on those hards, but with a drive-through. Same with Sighted. That is really, really bad news for them guys. And they're going to have to hope for yet another safety car coming towards the end of the Grand Prix. Crumpets thinks inters are the right call right now, so he's stayed on inters. There's a real big difference in what tyres people are using. Mike's going for mediums, Jack's going for hards. Not surprised, he's going to want to make it to the end. Polo is going to be on mediums, PS mediums, Andy Rink is going to also be on mediums. He's quite far back. I think he went onto the dry, so it's not worked out for him. Cameron Bush, soft tyres. He's obviously thinking, going to go for that two stop to the end now. Try and get some pace at the start of the safety car and go from there. And we've got Big Van Bowski on mediums and Adrian on the soft tyres at the rear of the pack. So looking, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Wow, that McLaren is lagging a lot. I think that's going to definitely have to be looked at. Ooh. Can't be having someone lagging that much, unless it's genuine internet issues. But if I was lagging that much, I'd have probably pulled off to the side. You're right, Apex. Doing a good job right now, mate. I think you're going to be net leading. I think these 2 guys in the inters are not going to have the pace, unless the track stays wet. But surely they've got to be in. No, he's staying out. No, he isn't. No, he's staying out. Let's go. Oh my god. Right. Anyway. Now McLaren is in to the pits, going to obviously go on to a fresh set of tyres, but he's lost all those positions. And that is not good news for him. So he's going to be going into a set of mediums to the end, but he is going to drop all the way to about P14, which is not what you want to see at all. We've also got Crumpets in and Super in. Super boxing. I think he thinks he can serve that drive-through. He cannot, unfortunately, so he is going to have to serve that when we go green flag running. And the only driver now on the wet set of tyres is the leader, Brownest Buns, who is going to be leading this Grand Prix, and I think will be leading it for a very small amount of time, unless I'm very wrong. And the track, I mean, to be fair, the track has stayed wet. Very surprisingly, I thought it would go dry, but obviously it hasn't as quickly as people were thinking it would. And this is really affecting some guys, especially down the back, like Turbo, Sighted, and Jack. Obviously, I mean, I think Jack's got a chance here. Turbo with that drive-through is really going to drop back. And for the championship, this could be a real big swing in Apex's way, and also Jack's way if he can bring it up from the back of the back of the grid. It should now be safety car in this lap. Comeback is on. Jack, to be fair, mate. You know, you could be looking at top 3. I genuinely think if you've got the pace, you can make a top 3 worker. Maybe even a win. You never know. This race has been very wacky with all these safety cars, so anything could happen in this final half of the race. It's going to be very interesting to watch for sure. Also wants to watch. We've got Cameron Bush, obviously going to be coming through the pack at from the rear. We've got Andy Ring, who's been very much on form this season in both tiers in P16. We've got Crumpets, who's qualified quite far up there. Piash going to be trying to go through the field as well. Supra obviously got that drive through, so he's going to drop back. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see wherever all stands. But also a big shout out, obviously, to Labrat Dan and Mr. Fear Elite. P2 and P3 right now, unbelievable performance by them guys, and they're going to be so glad, especially on those hard tyres, which are going to be, I think, the better tyre towards the end of the Grand Prix. Mr. Fear Elite has dropped down. I have no idea what's happened there. Is that wind damage? There's clear issues. I think he should just carry on driving here to be safe. It looks like he is going to just carry on driving, but going to the forward, we have gone very early on, and this track does look a lot drier than it was before the safety car, so it would not surprise me if the Avatari of Apex Capes goes to remove early on. Mr. Furious has clearly got some damage there under the safety car. The Red Bull trying to look for some standing water on the inside of the track, but his tyres are surely going to die. There's obviously a bit of understeer through that corner, but nothing too bad at the moment, as there's not much of a gain for Apex, but coming through here is going to be the big gain, and there it is, and that's the Red Bull struggling so much for grip. Is that going to be for the move for P1? Yes, it is. Now looking back on with Labradan, we want to make sure all these moves are done cleanly, and that's what I hope happens, so no one does get taken out. Labradan maybe going for the switchback. He is looking for that, but there's nothing there. He's going to have to slightly back off. This is brilliant for Apex to get away. The Haas driver is going to have to look for a move early on here. Cannot sit behind this Red Bull and let people get all of his rear. And that's contact. Wheeze Boy having contact with Labradan, and that is so unfortunate. Labradan doing such a great job. Oh no. Oh man, that's so unfortunate to see. Coming down into here, but Jack's already up to P6, and he's going to have to take his penalty, and so is Turbo, so Jack's up into an unbelievable position of possibly even P4, but is that going to be contacted that corner? No, it's not. Trying to stick it round the outside from Jack. Brilliant move, dancing his car round the outside, unbelievable move from him. That's now gone board with Mike, who's made a move down the inside of Alice, who's maybe dropping him back on Super right now, but are people going to have to come in for the drive-thrus? And that's so close through the double right-hander, but he's obviously lagging a lot. I think clearly there are issues there, and that is going to be, Brownest Buns having some contact into the wall, spinning his rears. I don't know what he's doing there. Is he just sat on the... No, he's letting people through, so very well started. This is a 5-second as well. Oh my days, he's going to lose half a lap off this pit stop. Very unfortunate for him. He's going to really be hoping for a safety car towards the end of the Grand Prix now. Let's go on board with Labradan though. Going for a move on sighted. He's going to go into P4, so that is a brilliant move from Labradan. He's still in P4. Not everything is lost. Not everything is lost. Let's just remember that. With Labradan, he had some brilliant pace, so... You know, he's definitely got something in the bag, but Mike is spun around, and I think it's possibly a half. But almost 3 wide, down into the heavy braking zone. I don't know what corner it is, and it's really bugging me, but yeah, whatever. Wheeze Boy down the inside of Sighted. Sighted's going to have to come into the pits with that drive-through, though. And Babaradan is still fighting that position around the from inside to outside. He's still going to look for that. Is he looking for the switchback? He is looking for the switchback. He's going to want to get back on the outside of Sighted, but he's not have the inside for the double right-hander, so I doubt he's going to be able to get the run on him and through there. It does not look like it, and Labradan is going to have to drop back behind him, but we'll get that in position off-Sighted as soon as he boxes. And will it be this lap? Will it be this lap? Yes, it will be this lap. Sighted is going to bring it into the pits this lap, not risk it in case there's another safety car. Will come in. Labradan still doing a really good job now in P5, but obviously could have been more. It's unfortunate to see. The Mercedes boys, I just want to say, I know they may have got slightly lucky with everything going on with the AlphaTaurian, but it's pitch 17 positions for both Mercedes drivers gained. Unbelievable before in P6. Let's not forget about him also. You know, these guys that have had to serve these quali bands have been doing a great job, but Wheeze Boy has got himself into P3, obviously showcasing that brilliant pace on those, I think it is medium tyres, so it wouldn't surprise me if he is going through the field. Yes, it is Weezboy. So Jack will suffer a bit of pace right now, but towards the end will have that pace advantage, but is going to look for that move on Weezboy. I'm not surprised. He's going to also want to help out his teammate in terms of the constructors, because the Mercedes team has still got a chance at bringing the constructors home. They've got to have a really good couple of results as it's looking compared to AlphaTauri right now, with AlphaTauri scoring those 18 points of apexes because Turbo is in P11 and he's not got any points right now after serving that drive-through. But he is definitely looking to back through the field and hasn't actually got too much of a big of a gap. So P11 is not too bad technically, he's had, considering he's had a drive-through, but he's still there. He's still there. Sighted looking for that move. I think Super actually is looking for the move down the inside of Sighted. So, it's very close between these guys, and the other Ferrari is getting involved in this now. And Weezboy has gone down the inside into the first corner there. We're going to hang on board with these guys though, battling it out with P12 like it is for the pointers of paying positions, and this is going to be Super getting a brilliant exit off the final corner, and that looks like a pretty easy move. The Ferraris are now working together down the straight, giving them the toe, and that's two Ferraris up on the Alpine, and that's to the two Ferraris looking for some points definitely in this race. A bit pretty unlucky from both these guys, but they definitely can look for a decent result here. Turbo thinks on those hard tyres. I'm not entirely sure why I stayed hard tyres, but it is what it is, and he's going to still try and battle his way through to get up to towards the front. Has gone back on board with Jack, and that's Cameron Bush getting the fastest lap of the race, definitely showcasing with some brilliant pace between those guys. And there's going to be side by side between Polo and Andy Ring. Andy Ring looking for that move, and I think he's going to have to drop back. Let's go back on board with Jack though, who's going to be looking for that move around the outside, and that is going to be Weezboy going to have to drop back off. And these guys are just DRSing each other and getting towards Smithy, which is good news for them guys. Labradan. P5 still hanging on in there with Crumpets in P6 and a good recovery. PS and P7 brilliant from him. And Andy Ring still behind Polo in P8. Sorry, in P9. Looking behind as well, the Ferrari boys still very close to each other. But Supra does look like he is gaining on Turbo Sphinx. Turbo Sphinx does have that pace on Mike right now, but is really struggling, I feel, in terms of those tyres just aren't giving him what he wants, and he is dropping slightly back on the front runners, and that's Crumpet with the fastest lap of the race right now. He's got it within DRS range of Labradan, and is going to be looking for that top 5 for now. Supra and Mr. Furious, is it going to be 2 in a row into turn 1, both of them going for the same move? It is going to be Supra looking for the move into turn 1. He makes it before the corner, and Turbo Sphinx drops down to P12. Not good news for the AlphaTauri man, and is it now going to be Mr. Furious' turn? And it looks like it is. It looks like it is. Around the outside, the superior grip. Is he going to get the corner? Yes, he is. And Turbo Sphinx all the way down to 13th. Brilliant moves by the two Ferrari boys right now, following each other, and now the next target is going to be Mike in P10, looking for more points. Karen Bush getting the fastest lap there, stealing it back off Crumpets. Good lap from him. Let's go back on board with Weezboy. He's now going to be looking another chance to make that move, and he has made the move. He has made the move before even the corner, and that is P3 for Weezboy, and he's going to want to now really push after Smithy. Can he get in DRS? That is the crucial thing. Can he make that DRS gap? Get in that DRS gap and then have the extra, the reduced drag. Mr. Furious getting ahead of Supra. These guys are going to be working together now to get towards Mike, and Turbo's going to hopefully be able to hold on to the back of them guys. Sighted still lurking in the background, so don't forget about him. But Weezboy's pushing so hard, clearly using that battery. I don't think it's been enough to get the DRS down the straight, but maybe into the straight after. So he's still going to push. Yes, Smithy's flashing. So Smithy is clearly struggling with pace, and Weezboy's got the fastest lap to show for it. Crumpets is maybe going to be looking for that move as Labradan is flashing. He's looking down the inside, but nothing to be had there, and he's going to have to back off and go for it another time. Weezboy still holding back. Oh, no, he hasn't, actually. He has got within a second of Smithy. And Jack has clearly made a mistake because he's now 2 seconds off and is not there with him. And this is not going to be good news for Jack, as he's not going to be able to help his teammate fend for that P2. And this is going to let Weezboy have a go at battling for the top 5 positions. But realistically, is it better that Weezboy goes ahead and then Weezboy might be able to try and catch Apex? Even though Apex does look very dominant right now in that P1 position. Let's not forget about him still doing an epic job in P1 right now. And really just commanding that league. Crumpet's also got past Labrador down. Is Labrador going to look for a move? Doesn't look like he's just gonna sit behind. And as I was speaking about that, Mr. Fear Elite's almost on the rear now of Mike. So that gap has really been brought down very quickly. And Turbo Sphinx has also dropped off. The back of Turbo Sphinx, Turbo Sphinx has dropped off the back of Supra. And it is very close to DRS with a couple of these guys right now. So Mike is going to want to try and stay with the McLaren ahead, but it does look like he's lacking a little bit of pace right now, and the Ferrari man is looking for the move already into the double right-hander around the outside. Is he going to look for it? Going to cut back underneath. It's so close. It's almost contact, but he stayed with him. It's going to maybe be a move into turn 1. Wants to look for the move before turn 1. No, he doesn't. He doesn't want to look for it. He's just making sure that Mike knows he's there, and he's going to be going down the inside into turn 1, and Mike's going to have to give the position up, and he's going to have to fall out the points for now, and yes, he is, down the inside. Brilliant move by Mr. Fear Elite. Very aggressive driving, but in the aggressive we want to see. So great job by him, and Supra is the next one to have a go at Mike, possibly down into, I need to count these corners, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, turn 12, I'm pretty sure. The turn 12, where we're going, where Apex is going right now. So is Weezboy going to be going for a move down now into turn 12? Looks like he's going to be pretty clear off Smithy, and that is going to be that move almost done. No, he's going to have to leave the space, but Smithy doesn't have enough of his front wing down the inside, and that is going to be the move done for Weezboy, making that move early on, and that's him up into P12. Cameron Bush making also his way up into P16. Did a good job from back there. He could maybe come back in this race. Very unlucky with everything that's happened, but he's showing some great pace nonetheless, which is very good to see. And that is also Supra ahead of Mike, and also Mr. Fear Elite up into P9. So the Ferrari boys are coming right through the field right now, and it's really nice to see that happening. That's for damn sure. So yeah, good to see them guys doing well. Weezboy is going to want to break this what do you call it? Oh god, DRS gap onto the next straight, so that he will stop Smithy getting any kind of advantage. The only downside to this is Jack is going to be closing in, so if Mercedes boys could slingshot their way back towards Weezboy at the end of the race, especially with Jack on those hard tyres, maybe looking better towards the end. That's something to think about, and Supra's also got up into P10. So that's now 2 Ferraris in the top 10 after looking a bit dire towards the start of the race. Here we go. Smithy has kept DRS and he's flashing, so he's used his DRS there. So it is not going to be a now move into turn 12. Weezboy is going to have to hold on and maybe look to get our DRS for this lap, I think, will be the best option for him. Let's go back towards Mike, who's dropping off still slightly, but is he going to look for a move on the McLaren ahead of him? It is possible, but I think, has he got DRS? He does have DRS. There's nothing to be had there, and I think everyone is going to be staying where they are for the time being, and the closest battle right now is obviously Weezboy and Smithy. For a little second. Labrador's still doing a brilliant job in P6. After that small collision with Weezboy, but actually that is a good point. Weezboy is going to have to be mindful of that possibly could be a penalty. So if Dan does report it, so you have to be mindful about that and try and build this gap, maybe to 5 seconds if he can do. But it is going to be a real struggle against these 2 Mercedes boys, as we know they are very quick. Andy Ring is going to be coming off those 11 lap old medium tyres and going to be going presumably onto them softs. So that is going to be promoting everyone on the position in that vicinity of the track. Also, very big thank you to our sponsors, the likes of Pitlane Prince, NordVPN, Rogue Energy, Dubby, Fiverr, all these ones, 3D Rat. I think I've named them all, but very big thank you to all of them sponsors. and you will find our all of the sponsor links for our affiliate links in our Discord server, which you can join in, which is in our Twitch's description. So make sure to head over there, and also if you're looking to drive with us, make sure you join the server and sign up through our TT submissions. But yeah, a massive thank you to all the sponsors that do sponsor this league. We couldn't do this without you guys. So many thanks, many thanks. And also, while not too much is going on right now, a little bit of a shout out for the future events going on in the next week. We do have on Saturday, this Saturday we have Tier 2 going on around the Kota. All these tracks will be Kota, so Tier 2 on Saturday at 7:30 BST. Sunday will be the same, 7:30 BST for Tier 1. These two will be streamed on, all these races will be streamed on our Twitch and our YouTube pages, CRF Racing League. Crumpet's also hits right now, just to let you guys know. And also we have Tier 3 on a Monday at 7:30 BST. And a big shout out to our first ever ACC event CRF will be hosting. Will be the 9 Hours of Kyle Army, happening on Saturday. Yes, happening on Saturday. We've got a $35 prize pool for that, so going to be definitely a very interesting first race for us. Yes, I mean, I think it's going to be very interesting to see how that one goes for CRF and see if we can be somewhat successful. I mean, we did get a bit of a shout out in a newsletter from the providers of the event, so that's always good to see. Very good to see. So yeah, we've got that going. I'm not sure we're gonna have a stream for it. Possibly may have a stream for it, but that's one thing that is happening. We also had our racing team do a little 24-hour race last weekend, which I mean, even I did it, and it was genuinely very hard, but also one of the funnest things I've done in the past year. So anyone interested in getting ACC, especially on PC or PS5, I'd recommend it very much so. And you also can get involved with our teams if you choose to. Our team and Motorsport and the CRF Motorsport. So make sure to get involved there. We invite anyone, any level, into those teams. Very good move there from Turbo, and that is also doing Mike getting ahead of Cameron Bush on the DRS straight too. Unless soft tyres, Mike looking like he's got a decent pace, which is nice to see. And Weeze Boys will be closing that gap on Apex Capes. Looking into future events, obviously with ACC, just to give you a little spoiler alert, we do have on the 25th of November we have Suzuka 10 hours, part of our Endurance Championship, CRF Endurance Championship, and then the two big events we got running are the 24 hours of Spa happening on the 9th of December. That has got a $150 prize pool. $150, you did hear me right, so definitely go and check that one out in our Discord servers, Motorsports Discord server. That's definitely one to get sorted out, as we already have 70 teams signed up for that, and we also have the Nordschleife, which is being brought on ACC very soon, and that is going to be run on the 10th of February. As long as it does launch, as long as the Nordschleife does launch by then, we'll be having a 24-hour event around there, and that will be $300 most likely, not confirmed, but $300 between 4 classes of cars. We have GT3s, GT4s, Porsche Cups, and the M2s driving around there, so make sure to come and see us there, as we will also have streams going, and make sure to sign up if you are interested in driving those events. Now, back on board with the action after that absolute waffle by me. We are back on board with Apex Capes, who is now only 2.5 seconds but ahead of Weeze Boy, who is very quickly catching Apex Capes. Is he going to be able to look for this win? Unbelievable pace, just want to say, by Weeze Boy in this race. He's showcased unreal race pace. And is going to be possibly looking for the checkered flag and the win for the Alfa Romeo, and obviously he's only reserving here, but it will still be nice to see, and he's definitely going to be one of the main contenders in Monday's race in CRF3. Let's look back on board though with Crumpets, who's obviously made that stop. He's gone for the 2-stop when it went dry, and he's making that move on Turbo straight away. He's now going to be absolutely launching himself to try and get himself into P6, which I think is almost where he's going to finish anyway. So I'm not going to say it's the worst decision by him. He's definitely on a pace to make people back round up. So let's see how that one goes. As he's going to be catching Supra at a rapid rate and not. Jack in P4 is the decision between these guys to swap over towards the end of the race. I know Smithy's going to want that podium, but at the same time, Jack is the one fighting for that Drivers' Championship. So that'll be interesting to see what those guys do towards the end of the Grand Prix. Turbo Sphinx also in P10 right now. Not looking good for him. He's going to, and I don't think he has really much more to say about it unless there is a safety car. Cameron Bush picking up another 3 second in P15. Really unfortunate to see him down there after all the safety cars at the start, he just has not received one. But is he going to be a safety car right now? Cameron Bush is DNF, and there's a safety car. What is my commentator's curse today? Cameron Bush is out, and he's a safety car. I was speaking about Cameron Bush just then, and it is a safety car, and Apex Games is going to be coming in. Weezboy is going to be coming in. Surely everyone is coming in for tyres. Most people have got old tyres, maybe even Crumpet's the only one, and that's Crumpet's with a drive-through penalty for speeding into the safety car. So he's got a drive-through penalty also. Smithy and Jack, and they're going to have double stacks, so hopefully they do stay. I think they will stay ahead of Labradan. Everyone is going into the pits right now. Pias surely into the pits. Supra surely into the pits. Crumpets, I think probably the only one who's probably can stay out right now will be Supra. No, sorry, Crumpets. Yeah, Crumpets staying out. Josh coming in. Polo has to come in. Yeah, all these guys need to come in, really. Fresh tyres are the way to go with it. This is going to be a very exciting end to the race. And that is Andy Ring going, oh, interesting. Andy Ring, 3-lap old mediums, thinks he's going to have better pace and is going to have a better chance of gaining these positions now up into P10, P9, if he goes for this strategy. It's very interesting to see. Mike also going to P10, I'm not surprised by that, has just pitted onto them softs and will want to take that trap position. So that's good to see from him. But yeah, I think all these other guys will need to come into the pits, make a stop, but they've also got to remember the safety car's not going to be out forever. We do need to get some racing action going before the end of the race. So, if these guys pit, they might not make the back of the safety car, but they are pitting Adrian and Big Van-Bowski. I think that honestly they have to pit. Maybe not Adrian because he's on those mediums, but it's his call. It looks like he's going to carry on going. He's going to make that move on Big Van-Bowski and get into P17. Let's have a quick look at the because everyone literally is a softer than a couple of guys. Let's look at penalties. So, Apex Capes, Weezboy and Smithy, all penalty free. We've got to remember though that Weezboy may possibly be getting a penalty towards the end, so we've got to keep that in mind. Smithy in P3, the two Mercedes doing a great job to come back through, but Jack with that has actually got 6 seconds. So I think one of the penalties is going to get removed, one of the penalties is going to be there. So Jack is really going to need to try and spread his wings in, try and get through the pack as quickly as possible and try and make that gap early on. Crumpets drive through penalty, so he's going to have to pit at some point at the end of the safety car period, which is really unfortunate to see for him as he is in P5 right now, and it really is going to ruin his result for Aston Martin. Labradan looking in a really good position here with no penalties in P6, Pias P7 with a 3 seconds, so nothing too much considering a lot of the guys behind him have got 3 seconds. Mr. Referral Link, the only other guy in the top 10 without a penalty, and Andy Ring with a 9 second, which is not going to be good news for him, and rounding out the top 10, Mike with a 3 second. And this will be, I think, will now be the last lap of safety car. So one more lap of safety car, and we will not see another safety car. And I'm glad not to see another safety car. This is the 4th safety car of the race. They do give a bit of spice, but honestly, I'd rather see a couple more to the end than the start. I think just bring a little bit more into the race at the end. Get my voice a little bit of rest before we go for two very, very high pressure, high action laps. These guys are now wanting to get those tyres a little bit warmer. Make sure they are good to go. And I am very sure this is going to be incredibly interesting by these two guys in the lead. I mean, even the top four, I think it's been very interesting to see. The racing towards the end, there could be a little bit of contact if it gets a bit too as it's going to be high pressure for these guys, really, realistically, considering the championship. I actually should get like a championship thing on, so I can just flick onto it on Discord, because it'd be really helpful if we could do that. So I can re-jog my memory a little bit more. Or I should get on my phone. Should we do a little look, just a quick look at the standings, just so you guys know? I think that's the best clue to go with. So we have got CRF4 news. Here we go. So yes, Josh 77 points. So we've been losing a lot. Apex Capes on 75, so he's been behind. Jack on 51, with Smithy on 39. So this is going to be go time now for these two guys. So let's hold on. Let's go on board with these two guys. See how they do. And that is Apex Capes with what? Wow. What a launch. Catching Weezboy right off guard. I think caught the whole grid off guard. And there now, Weezboy's really going to have to gain on these 2 laps. And these guys are going to be pushing absolutely like hell towards the end of the Grand Prix now. So let's see what they can do. Smithy also 2/10 behind with Jack, 2/10 behind him, so it's very close between these guys. Is there going to be that swap around in position? I'm not sure, quite sure there is going to be one because of the penalty situation. And that is super around. So unfortunate to see that happen, man. And that is super retiring on track. Another one to be looked at by the stewards, unfortunately. Don't want to see people retiring on track, so yeah, but Super is out once again. And that's really unfortunate to see from him. But is Jack going to look for this move? I think he will. I think Smithy knows there's not much point really of fighting this. He's got the penalties on him. May as well just hold him. No, he's going to go around the outside. I think no, he has. He has left through. And that is Crumpets going around that side with Labradan down the inside. Labradan needs to make this work. Cannot get flustered with Jack with these 3 seconds of penalties and possible Weezboy with the 5 seconds. He needs to make this move down the inside. Has to send it here. He's got to send it. He's got to send it down the inside. You're going to need to squeeze him out. Coming through this corner, brilliant racing by these two guys to be fair, and Labradan is going to have to drop him behind, and Crumpets is going to be now in P5. So Crumpets is going to have to come into the pits though this lap, and that's so unfortunate to see for him coming into the pits. No, it's not. He's going to carry on, and this will no doubtedly be a DSQ for him. What? So when can you drive on with the drive-through? Anyway. Labradan going down the inside, with Pias making that move also on Crumpets, so he's going to make that move and Crumpets is going to try and hold that round the outside. He might actually get lucky and not give him a penalty. I don't know how that's going to happen, but may happen. You never know. And let's go on board with the lead group here. It is so close between the top 3, especially Weezboy in second. There's going to be no Gioresto here. What is it going to be? Down into the final corner. Weezboy getting on the brakes nicely. Getting it. This is looking like a very nice exit. It's only 3/10. The gap's only 3/10. It's under 3/10 now. Looking for this move. There's a bit of lag going on, but let's go down. Here we go. Weezboy looking for that move, using all the ERS he can. So's Apex. He's going to have to look for that move down the inside. He's going to look for it down into turn 12. He's going to get that move stuck. It's going to be brilliant racing by them too. But Weezboy, I think he's going to lose out on traction. So Apex Capes can't look for a move down the inside. The last corner is possibly into here. Is he going to be able to look for a move down the inside? Absolute send by Weezboy. No, it doesn't look like it. Jack's fallen off. Smithy has. So there's nothing there. Labradan also into P5. Is Weezboy going to look for a move down the inside of the penultimate corner? Is he going to be there? No, it's not. He's going to have to drop in. And that's going to be cool. Oh, that was unbelievably close. Apex Capes keeps it going, and it's good to see he keeps it going, because in actual fact, Apex Capes deserves that win, and that is going to be P1 for Apex, P2 for Weezboy, Smithy in P3 with Jack in P4. It does look like, even with the 3-second pen, or no, it might, oh yeah, and Labradan for now is in P4, Jack in P5, Mr. Firelite's in P6, Brown in P7, so he's just pipped Turbo to the line. No, just lost out to Mr. Firelite's the line, with Turbo just losing out and going P8. Good to come back from him. Pias in P9, and Polo in P10 rounding at the points. What a finish! What a finish again for this, for to this race. I feel like every finish is so close right now. And Jack with a I mean, it's not I'm not surprised. Driver of the day from him. I think really though. I mean, it's Jack and Smithy, both unbelievable drives to make it P3 and 4. Yeah, unreal drive from them guys. So, congratulations to them. Let's just take a quick look at the standings, and then we will round off the stream as I did all the other stuff in the middle of the stream. So we don't need to do it now, which is good news. Always good news. Race director, just quickly sim through all this, all the pit stops. How many stops did Jack do? Jesus. Okay, we can't get incidents because there's been too many incidents. Presumably a lot of track limits, but I mean, yeah, it is what it is. I'm sure we can just, yeah, guess them. Anyway, make sure to join us back this weekend, going through Saturday to Monday, with all the streams we will be doing. Make sure to check us out then. And, yeah, I mean, ultimately, unbelievable race. And I will see you then. And also next week for Tier 4s. I'll probably be back on comms next week. Actually, you know what? I won't be back on comms next week. I'm not going to be available. That's a good thing to say. So I will not be on comms for Tier 4 next week. So you'll probably miss, unless you get the commentator in, we'll probably miss Tier 4 comms next week. But then the week after, I will be back. Obviously in the comms booth to do your round 9 out of 12. So it's going to be really going to the end of the championship at that point. So make sure to join us then. And anyway, it's been a great race, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.